We always talk about what the next big leap for personal AI assistants will be, but what does it actually look like? Well, forget the abstract stuff. Today, we're actually going to deconstruct a fascinating UI concept called TitleEai that gives us a really clear blueprint for what that future could be.
And right from the get-go, this project makes a really bold claim. It calls itself a futuristic voice AI. So it's not just promising a little update, it's promising a whole new destination for what an AI can be.
So here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll get to know the core idea behind TitleEai. Then, we'll explore its command center dashboard. After that, we'll get into the really cool stuff, the advanced sensory features. We'll peek under the hood at the AI engine, and finally, we'll wrap up by talking about what this vision really means.
All right, let's dive in and start unpacking the vision. And let me just say, this is about so much more than a new design or a different look. It's really about a fundamental shift in how we might interact with our tech every single day.
So the whole experience starts with a sign-in screen. Now, that might seem pretty standard, but it's a very deliberate choice. It immediately sets up TitleEai not just as another app, but as a core personalized service, kind of like a secure hub that knows who you are from the very beginning.
And that personalized hub leads you straight to this, the command center. The best way to think of this dashboard is like the AI's central nervous system, right? It's where every key piece of information and all your controls come together in one place.
The first thing you'll notice are the system vitals. It's a lot like the dashboard in your car. It gives you all that crucial, real-time info you need at a glance. System status, network, battery, even the local weather and time. It grounds the assistant in your real-world environment.
But just displaying information, that's only half the story. The real power here is that the command center is also a hub for action. The goal is to centralize everything, making this the one and only launchpad you need for your entire digital world. And this list of apps really shows you the ambition. You've got YouTube and Spotify for fun, WhatsApp and Gmail to stay connected, Maps for getting around, even a simple notepad. The whole idea is to stop you from having to jump between a dozen different apps. TitleEai wants to be the single place where you command everything.
Okay, now this is where the concept starts to feel like it's straight out of science fiction. We're moving beyond simple commands and into an AI with expanded senses, one that can not only hear you, but can also see and even create.
So look at this comparison. On one side, you have conversation, which is the normal voice and text input we're all used to. But on the other side, you've got camera analysis. This feature would let the AI use a live camera feed to literally see and understand the world right along with you. It's a huge leap. And that brings up such a fascinating question, doesn't it? What happens when your personal assistant can actually see what you're seeing? Imagine pointing your camera at a flower and asking what kind it is, or at a building and getting its history on the spot. The possibilities are just massive.
Now, these advanced inputs, voice, text, and visual, they don't just stop at giving you answers. They feed directly into a creative workflow. You give the AI an input, it analyzes the context, and then it can actually generate something totally new.
And that creativity is built right into the dashboard. See that? An AI image generator? You could literally describe a scene you're looking at and have the AI create a piece of art from it. You pair that with a smart notepad and easy export tools, and Tidal stops being just a controller and becomes a creative partner.
So what's the magic engine that's supposed to make all this possible? Well, inside this concept, the UI gives it a name, VANI-xAI.
So, in the world of this design, VANI-xAI is the core AI engine. It's the brain behind the whole operation, the theoretical technology that would be needed to power all these amazing conversational, visual, and generative features we just walked through.
And of course, it's so important to remember the human behind the machine. This entire vision, this amazing blueprint for a future AI, was all crafted by a designer named Dhruv Sagar. It's just a powerful reminder that these incredible technological dreams start with one person's creativity.
All right, so let's pull all these ideas together. When you look at the whole package, what does this concept really tell us about where personal assistance is headed? What's the big picture here? This table really makes the jump clear. Assistants today are mostly voice and text, right? They react to our commands, and they're usually stuck inside their own little app silos. But the TitleEai vision is multimodal. It uses voice, text, and sight. It's not just reactive, it's proactive and generative. And it's not in a silo. It's a unified control center for the whole system. The key here is the move from a collection of separate tools to one integrated intelligence.
So if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. The core idea behind TitleeAi is a single, unified interface that puts control, creativity, and communication all in one centralized place. That's the game changer.
And that leaves us with one last big question to chew on. Is this kind of seamless, all-in-one system the real future for the personal assistant? A single layer that just sits on top of everything else we do? This concept definitely makes a powerful case for it. And honestly, it's going to be fascinating to see how closely our real-world tech ends up following this blueprint.